Hello again, everybody. This is Osh, and welcome back to another episode of Unk Plays Games, answering the age-old question, is Unk washed? Last time, we had a successful run with the Silent, getting our first single-player W with a really potent Sly build. This time around, we're going to move down the line and try to get our first W with the Regent. I've played this character a few times, and I have not had any luck or any semblance of a cohesive build. I've really struggled with the star mechanic. Gaining that extra type of energy has been very difficult for me, but hopefully we can make a nice build today and secure our first W. Let's get it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so our starting options are the large capsule. Not a huge fan of gaining an extra strike and defend in the deck. I don't like bloating the deck early. The booming conch. At the start of each elite combat, draw 2 additional cards. Kinda meh. But I do like the new leaf. Transform 1 card. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'm gonna transform a strike. Because Falling Star is an attack card, I'm going to go ahead and reduce on one of our strikes. Hopefully we get something good. Ugh, it gave us a block card. Okay, not the worst. It's block with vigor, so it improves the damage of our next ability. Let's see what kind of pathing we got over here. I'm a sucker for these unknown rooms, so I'm gonna take this option, and possibly we'll do a move like that. And depending on how well we do by the time we get to the shop, we can decide whether we want another elite or not. Alright, good luck to us. Hopefully we can get our first W with the Regent. I'm not very affluent with his cards and the different abilities that it has. So hopefully we could piece together a decent build. Alright, starting off against these slimes, they're not too powerful, thankfully. Let's see what we can do here. We'll put 8 block on. And then we're just going to do a full block to get rid of all the damage. And then we're going to try to outright kill the little one here. 9 damage plus another 12 once it's weakened. So that's 21 damage. You know what? I'm going to go after the big slime. I usually go after the small one first. But because that would have been such overkill, I'm going to switch over to the big one and hope that we could finish him off right now. And we can. Our gamble paid off. That's awesome. Okay, you know what? The last run I did, these slimes messed me up first round. It was not a good look. Alright, so I tried Begone once. I didn't like it. Because the minion dive bomb is exhaust, you're essentially trading in your card for a one-time attack, which is okay, but it's also kind of expensive because minion dive bomb costs an energy. So it's 2 energy for 17 damage, which is just barely better than 2 strikes for 12. So I'm going to take Celestial Might. 2 energy for 18 damage straight up. Just a better energy to damage ratio. So we'll take that, and hopefully we could do some good stuff with it. Alright, so it's not attacking us, so we'll just Venerate and use 2 strikes before we get shrunk. Oh, the tiny Regent is so cute. It's doing 7 damage. I'm gonna go ahead and block 8 of it, so we'll block all of it and gain 2 vigor to attack with. So we'll weaken and vulnerable it. Oh, and then we're gonna use Celestial Might. Not bad. Not a bad first turn. I'm already liking Celestial Might much more than Begone. I picked up Begone last playthrough, and let me tell you, it didn't last long. Pale Blue Dot. If you play 5 or more cards in a turn, draw a card at the start of your next turn. Right now, we can't really manage that. The most we could play is 4 cards, I believe. If we played Falling Star and 3 others, that'd only be 4. So we can't make use of it right now. maybe we go for a sword build. I haven't been a huge fan of the sword, the Sovereign Blade, just because I feel as if it takes way too long to build it up for the damage. But that's why we're going to end up going with Pale Blue Dot. I'd rather gain something universal like card draw. Ooh. Oh, Berdonis Egg. Oh, this is I haven't gotten this event too many times. Typically, like, if I'm struggling, I'll take the max HP, but since I'm full, like, I'm going to take the egg. I'm going to hatch this egg at a rest site so I get a nice 0 damage attack. I've traded in, I transformed one of my strikes for a defensive card, so this will help to turn that around. Ooh, enchant a card with Sown. Sown, the first time you play this card each combat, gain 1 energy. That's pretty awesome. You know, what would be a good card to put that on? Maybe, you know what? If we put it on Celestial Might, it pretty much gives us 18 damage for 1 energy. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade Celestial Might, pretty much refunding half of its energy cost. Really, really nice. We're gonna go ahead and hatch our Berdonis Egg. Yeah, Bird Swoop. 14 damage for 0 energy. Amazing. Very, very nice because... Uh-oh. Oh, no. Berdonis is pissed. It's pissed that I took an egg and I hatched it. Oh, no. It wants revenge. It wants revenge. Okay. No big deal. I think we have enough energy to use everything except for this strike. So we're going to do that. We'll use Pale Blue Dot. We'll patter. We'll block. And then we're going to do a free Bird Swoop for 16 damage. Wow. I've pitted baby against adult. I feel like the villain here. I am the villain here. Okay, so it's doing 12 damage. We'll use Celestial Might to do some significant damage and get energy back so that we can defend. We'll block all but 2 of the damage. Not terrible. Oh, okay. This is awesome. We're going to actually benefit from Pale Blue Dot. Because we can use our entire hand right now, it'll be the 5 cards required to play. So we're going to go ahead and hit it with that. We'll Bird Swoop it. We'll strike. And then we'll defend. We're going to take some damage back. But we're going to get to draw an additional card this turn. Yeah, nice. Not too shabby. Can we kill it? 18 and 6, 20. Yes, we can. That's great. This monster, the Berdonis, if you don't take it out quickly, it really starts to snowball out of control. The monster is brutal. It gets stronger. It gains strength at the end of every turn. And if you don't kill it in like 4 or 5 turns, it's hitting you so hard, there's no way you can like block and survive. So I'm glad we were able to get it out of the way early. I'm going to pick up Astral Pulse for AoE damage. I want something to help me kill trash mobs, so we don't get overwhelmed. Let's see what we got here. Big Bang is such a cool card. I usually like to remove cards, but this legendary card here is so awesome. Draw a card, gain an energy, gain a star, and forge the blade. Let's do that. It's a bit expensive. It's the only thing I can buy, but I think it's worth it. Which allows us to... Okay, 1 second. Let's see. How should we do this? I feel as if taking the elite first is not the best play, because we can technically fight an elite or 2 elites this way for feeling strong, or take the option of healing. So we'll take the left route. It has a bit... Woo! Nice. Okay. This map is such a lucky event. It's useless right now, but it's 600 gold in the next act if we make it there. Very, very nice. Let us go on a bit of a spending spree. I'm going to take it. We got lucky with this event on the silent as well, and it worked out beautifully. So we're going to pick up that map, and hopefully it's going to pay off. Upgraded attacks deal 3 additional damage? I got to upgrade Celestial Might. That's going to be huge with the cannon, with the miniature cannon. Yeah, we're gonna go for the campfire and upgrade Celestial Might. It's gonna make a huge difference. Like it's gonna really carry the run, I feel as if. Let's go ahead and open with Celestial Might over here. We'll do 14 damage to all, and we're gonna burn up our stars to do that damage. And 15 and 6, 21. We won't be able to kill it, so what we'll do is we'll strike with the Sovereign Blade and block all the damage it's throwing at us. Perfect run. A little perfect combat here. Nice, nice. Particle Wall. Gain 9 block, return this card to your hand. That's pretty interesting. So as long as you have stars, you can continue to gain more block, but I feel as if we've got a decent amount of block already. I mean, we have patter actually, it's not the craziest amount. You know what, let's pick it up. Let's try Particle Wall. It'll give us more defensive avenues if we need to defend ourselves. So I'm gonna upgrade Celestial Might. It's gonna bring it up to 8 times 3, so 24 damage total, but upgrade attacks deal 3 additional damage, so it's going to be 11 times 3 with the miniature cannon. That's amazing. That's a huge, especially for the first time we use it, it's only going to cost 1. 33 damage as an opener is kind of nutty. So let's just utilize that right away and just one-shot that freaking flying fungus right there. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. We might have a good build going over here with the, or rather some good early damage going. So we'll defend all the damage, and we're just gonna do, we're basically throwing our whole hand at it. Awesome. To guarantee the kill, we can patter to gain the 2 vigor, bringing this damage up to 8, and finishing off the mob. Amazing. Okay, so really cool. I'm already going towards Glimmer here. I've honestly never seen Shining Strike or Glimmer before. So draw 3 cards and put 1 from your hand on top of the draw pile. This is going to help us out with card draw as well as tailoring our subsequent hands. So we're going to take Glimmer just to make ourselves a little more versatile. Okay, you know what? I hate this mob. The Frog Parasite is so annoying. I really dislike it, but the fact that we picked up an AoE damage ability kind of gives me a bit of comfort in this sense. So we're gonna go ahead and just deal damage. We're just gonna hit it with everything right now, as well as the Fire Potion. I hate that it throws these infection cards into your deck, but we'll try to make do. Oh no. I'm going to draw cards with Glimmer in the hopes of getting more damage. That's gross. That is so unfortunate. We drew... Okay. I'm going to put the Astral Pulse on top of my draw pile for next turn. And the reason I'm doing that is because we're going to kill this mob and it's going to burst into 4 smaller mobs. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and block twice with Particle Wall. That's cool. Okay, Particle Wall is already growing on me. Not going to lie. And we're just going to go ahead and just use up a bunch more block. That's awesome. Okay, as long as we can draw some damage. Yup. Yup. Amazing. That's what we wanted. Oh, no. Oh no, I definitely messed up. That's pretty bad. Okay, I didn't consider the star cost of Astral Pulse because I really wanted to hit all these guys for 14 each. is what it is. We're going to go ahead and use Celestial Might to just one-shot that monster. I'll gain stars for right now, and I'll gain some vigor for next turn, for my attack next turn. Okay. I'm going to use Glimmer here. I'm hoping to draw... Oh, I can't even draw Astral Pulse. Rip. Rip the dream. Oh, no. Okay, we're still using Glimmer. We're hoping to choose a card to put on top of your draw pile. I will throw a Defend on top of my draw pile. We're going to try to kill the front enemy here, just because he's the only one doing damage. So if we can manage to take it out, nice. We take no damage this turn. We'll even block the 3 from infection. Very clean turn. This elite, if played improperly, absolutely decimates. It just ruins the run. Very, very depressing. So, like right now, I'm about to get it. I'm about to take a ton of damage. Oof. You know what? We're gonna block. We're gonna block it because I don't want to take 6 damage from infections and 16 more from these mobs. And hopefully here... Yep. We drew enough damage to considerably weaken the mobs. Once you get past the first 2 of them, the last 2 are not so bad. But if you get unlucky with card draw and you're not able to thin out the herd of them early, this fight gets out of hand very quickly. Alright, let's see what we got here. I'm not a fan of any of these, truthfully. I'm not generating enough stars to effectively use Guiding Stars. The only one I'd want because of the 2 extra card draw, so I'm skipping here. Ooh. Oh my... Okay, I was about to make a big mistake there. I was about to try to enchant this with the spikes, but it won't work. As soon as it has one of these little tags in the corner, like the Sown that I have there, you cannot put another enchantment on it. So consider that when you're doing it. Like I was hoping to get energy back and add 2 more damage to it to bring it up to 13 with the miniature cannon. That won't play. Instead, I'm gonna put it on the Bird Swoop. Extra 2 more damage on a 0 cost card is ridiculous. Part of me wants to smith and be greedy, but I'm gonna be responsible and heal myself. Only because this monster is very annoying. It has a decent amount of slippery. I think it's like, what, 9 slippery. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so the first 9 hits only do 1 HP worth of damage. Very, very smooge. You know what is what it is? At least with this card, it hits 3 times, so it's going to eat 3 charges of slippery. Very nice. We can... I'm not going to use Astral Pulse right now. I'm not trying to burn all of my stars immediately. We'll use Pale Blue Dot and we'll defend. We'll take a very little bit of damage there. I'm saving my Lucky Tonic for buffering, which prevents 1 instance of HP loss for when this blade is looming over my head. That's when I'm going to use that one to totally deny the damage. So we're going to just go ahead and do some strikes here. We're not going to apply weakness or vulnerable yet because it doesn't matter. It'll still only do 1 HP. Not worth it to start debuffing yet. Okay, now at this point, here, this 27 damage, I will totally deny it with this buffer. Very nice. We do not have to use any block this turn. We can just go right ahead and focus on strikes. So I'll place the particle wall on top of my deck, and I'm going to hit and hit. So now its slippery is gone. We can start applying debuffs and go for some nice damage from this point on. Okay, so... Oh, perfect. Okay, so our strategy worked out. We're going to apply weakness and vulnerable here, and we're going to do some big damage. Look at that. Wow. Wow, that was amazing damage, actually. Oh my goodness, we took out almost 2/3 of its health right there. Okay, this is working out. We're gonna block the damage to gain vigor. We'll generate some more stars for next turn and do a little bit more damage. Hopefully we could draw some of our star-based DPS. Yep, there we go. Free 15 damage just burnt up our stars. Not a huge deal. We'll Glimmer to draw some more cards. And I'll put Falling Star on top of my pile, so next turn hopefully I can generate stars to weaken it again. And we're just going to hit it for... Wow. That's great. Okay, we got the W here. Pretty much guaranteed because we retained the Sovereign Blade. Nice. Nice. Okay, this run is showing a bit of promise. Really love to see it. Okay, so Bombardment at the deal 18 damage at the start of your turn, plays from the exhaust pile. So pretty much as soon as you dedicate 3 energy to this card, it's going to be doing 18 damage a turn to a random enemy. I like that a lot. Crash Landing, deal 21 damage to all enemies, but fill your hand with debris. Not a huge fan of status cards. I don't like generating status cards into my deck. I don't like it for even on the defect. I'm not a huge fan of it. Ooh, transform all my strikes and defense. I have 6 of them. You know what? I'm gonna open Pandora's box. Let's do it. Let's just roll the dice here. Oh, what? Oh my god. Look how many freaking legendary cards we got. We got Sword Sage. We got Guards, Foregone Conclusions, and Void Form. Wow. End of your turn, the first 2 cards you play are free. Oh, it ends your turn immediately for the 3 energy, but the first 2 cards you play on each subsequent turn are free. That's nuts. Next turn, put 2 cards from your draw pile into your hand. Do you get to choose the 2 cards? Ooh, that might actually be ridiculous. Oh, we even got some energy gain. Trading stars for energy. That's cool. That's really cool. Guards, transform any number of cards in your hand into a 0-cost block. That's sweet. And increase the cost of Sovereign Blade by 1, but it hits an additional time. Wow. Thank you so much, Darv. You're a good guy. I like your shiny grill. He got that bling in his teeth. Okay. This is actually insane. We got a ridiculous build going on. That is a ton of legendary cards already. Alright, let's see. Where can we go with this? Oh, there's the 600 gold right there. So I think we'll take the left route over here. It'll allow us to spend the gold we gain right there. Maybe remove a card that we don't want. And then make our way to another 600 gold from this chest. And then, are there any merchants after that? Oh, that sucks. Okay. So there's no merchants after that. So we'll have to save that 600 gold for Act 3. But I'm not too worried about it. We'll still get 1 merchant along the way. Okay, we'll use Big Bang. Wait, what is this to do for each? So all enemies for each star gained this turn. Alright, so we'll gain 1 star. We'll use Pale Blue Dot. Okay, this is actually going to combo pretty well. We'll use Pale Blue Dot. We'll use Patter to block some of this damage. We'll regain some energy. Deal 6 damage to enemies for each. Okay, that's not bad. 4 times. Okay, that's good damage. I'm going to use that right away. And I'm going to end my turn with Void Form. Just like that. So now we have Pale Blue Dot and Void Form. So the first 2 cards we use at the beginning are free. I will use the most expensive cards. I'll use Sword Sage for free. And then I will use Guards for free. And I'm going to transform the Spoils map into a defensive card. Very nice. Oh my goodness. That's not bad at all. Alright, I'm going to try out Foregone Conclusions for the first time. I've never used this card, so let's see. Oh, next turn I place 2 cards from my draw pile into my hand. Okay. Not bad. Alright, we'll figure that out. Let's go ahead and weaken the monster to hit it twice with... Oh, wow. Ooh, that is a lot of damage. That's pretty cool. And you do get to choose the cards. Wow. Wow, okay. That's kind of nuts. I'll take my best 2 damage cards. So the first 2 cards I play are free. So I'm going to use my most expensive cards right now. I'm going to use Bombardment and I guess Solar Strike. It doesn't matter, we win with Celestial Might. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. I don't want any of these cards, I'm just skipping. I feel as if our deck is so high quality with all these blue and legendary cards. Really, really cool. Okay, we're doing the same thing again. We're going to use Big Bang, summon. We're going to use Pale Blue Dot for next turn. We're going to trade our stars for energy. Hit him with Celestial Might. We'll hit this one back here because he was doing the most damage. We'll... Oh, no, I almost made a mistake. I want to keep energy for Void Form. We're going to go ahead and use Radiate to hit all of them for a bunch of damage. And then we will Void Form. I didn't bother using Sovereign Blade against the front one because he has an exoskeleton. So he would have lived with 1 HP regardless. No real point. I'm going to go ahead and use Sword Sage. I will bombard the back one. And Sovereign Blade the front one twice. Wow, we have a build. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. This is actually pretty cool. I'm going to take Bulwark Plus because it forges our blade for 13. We're getting Big Bang going, which is generating our Sovereign Blade. I'm not a huge fan of the sword, but with all these legendary cards, I feel as if it's kind of working out. So, let's see. We didn't draw the best starting hand here. 16 block. We're only taking 19 damage. Yeah, I might do that. I'm going to Glimmer to draw. And then we'll place... Jeez. We'll place Bombardment on the top. I'll use Bulwark to block most of this damage. And then I'll use Radiate for free to do 12 damage to each of them. Not bad. Not a bad opening turn. Take a bit of damage, not a huge deal. We'll use Big Bang to power up the sword some more. It's at 29 damage. Wow. Yeah, you know what? Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm going to use Alignment to gain energy so that I can use Foregone Conclusion. I can outright kill this bug. Oh, you know, I'll kill the bug with the Bombardment and do 29 damage with the Sovereign Blade. Okay, and now we get to choose our 2 cards. So, because we gotta do the 32 damage to get it out of Burrow, I'm gonna pick up Celestial Might and Bird Swoop. Like, actually goated combo right here. What the heck? Oh my god, I did that wrong, but the build is so strong that it even made my misplay work out. This is amazing. Let's see what we could do here at the Merchant. I'm tempted to... What can I remove? If I were to remove a card, what would it be? I'm not sure if I have any cards I don't like. I kind of like all of them. They're all, like, somewhat useful. I like Alignment. I like the card draw and Glimmer, Big Bang, obvious W. Like, I would probably get rid of Venerate if I got rid of a card. But I'm, like, so on the fence about it. I'm just gonna buy an artifact, I think. Let's buy a Potion Belt. And we'll pick up a Vulnerability Potion. This should help us really... Oh, jeez. Okay. Okay. That's rough. Alright. We're going to go ahead and use the Gambler's Brew. And we're going to swap out 4 of these cards. Much better. Much better. Okay. Let's vulnerable. We're going to vulnerable the one doing the most damage and debuffing us. So hopefully we can just outright kill this monster. Here, let's block for 8. And 21 times 3. Yup. Yup. And I'm going to use Foregone Conclusion. So this is going to... the front section is going to resurrect next turn. But hopefully we can do enough work to... Wait, what the... Yeah, hopefully we could put in enough work to absolutely body it before that happens. Let's see. We're taking... Wow, that's a lot of damage. We're taking 22 damage. Let's use Big Bang over here. I can block the majority of it. Can I kill... We're gonna Falling Star the back one, and... Yep. Okay. 16 damage. We cannot defeat it right now. So the front one will res. Wait, can we kill it? 9 and 16, 25. No. Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Sword Sage. Wow. Wow. We got him. We got him. Yes. Oh my goodness. I was worried for a second there, fam. I was really worried. I'm kind of like, do I take a second Void Form? I don't know if I would use it all the time because it is expensive. But if I used Void Form once and then next turn got another Void Form, I could technically use 2 cards for free and then just play the Void Form. Yeah, I'm going to pick up Void Form because I'm a sucker for legendary cards. Let's see what happens to Void Form when you upgrade it. The first 3 cards you play each turn are free. Wow. What does Big Bang do? Becomes innate. Ooh, okay, yes. We're going to go ahead and upgrade Big Bang. Getting all that extra effect. Oh, a Mystery Merchant. Oh my goodness. That's unfortunate. We didn't really generate enough gold to utilize this merchant, so we're just going to skip. And we're just going to get the gold now. Like, we got that lucky merchant right before we got a ton of gold. Unfortunate. Okay. You know what? Part of me wants to go after this elite now. Every route has 1 elite in it. I'd rather have the elite early. Yeah, let's do it. We're strongest right now, so let's go ahead and get that going. We're going to go ahead and use Big Bang because we just upgraded it, so get the most benefit out of it. I'm going to, with the 5 energy we have, I'm going to drop a bombardment to get that damage going early on every single turn. And then Bulwark to block 16 out of the 21 damage that we're getting. Yeah, that's good. I considered using my strength potion, but I think we're gonna kill this monster pretty effectively. Like we're doing a lot of damage right now. Oh my goodness. We're gonna block 8 of it to gain vigor. That vigor is gonna make the damage of Celestial Might go up by 6 since it hits 3 times. So we're just gonna go ahead and drop that. Bap, bap, bap. Give him the business. Alright. And with that extra energy, I think I'm just going to use Void Form. We're going to drink a block potion. And then use Void Form and call it a day. There's a free bombardment. Oh my... That's the combo I was talking about, fam. Extra Void Form. Okay, we'll use guards to transform... You know what? I'm just going to transform the days, to be honest. I was going to go crazy with it, but then I realized not worth it. I think we pretty much got the W here as well. Double Void Form. The first 4 cards you play. Oh. That's wild. Ooh, Bellows. Okay, that's not too bad. Not too bad. I'm skipping these cards. Like, unless we get like some super rare card that sounds like it's going to be absolutely broken, I'm not going to bother with them because our deck is so heavy with blue and legendary cards. Let's pick up Wongo's Mystery Box. Pay 300 to obtain 3 random relics after 5 combats. Actually, huge value. Typically, when you buy an artifact from the merchant, it's like 200 gold. So we're getting half price artifacts. We just have to survive 5 combats, which shouldn't be the most difficult thing. Let's... What happens with bombardment? Becomes 24 damage. Sword Sage. Ooh, Sword Sage becomes cheaper. You know what? Because we have 2 Void Forms, I'm going to upgrade Sword Sage instead. Oh my goodness, look at this. Everything is upgraded. That's wonderful. Let's go ahead and start with Big Bang. Alright. Yeah. Hit him with Falling Star. Hit him with Celestial Might. And then we will... 16 more damage or Void Form. Let's Void Form. I'm really enjoying... Oh wow, look at that. I'm really enjoying Void Form. It's such a cool power. Even though it ends your turn early, I'm not too bothered by that. Wow, 29 damage. It's over. It's actually over. Oh my goodness, we have a build going on right now. That's amazing. I like the forging all of a sudden. I'm still gonna skip it because we have some other cards that forge anyways, and I'm not trying to bloat the deck too much. We got a good thing going right now with Big Bang and everything else. Like, look at that. That's insane. You know, I'll use Pale Blue Dot. Why not? We'll use Glimmer. Ooh. This is sweet. So... Yes. Yes, we will do that. I'm going to use Void Form after Radiate, and then I'm going to be able to use Void Form again afterwards. Look at that. So now we get the first 2 cards free to play. And then we get... Oh my gosh. And then we can use another one. Holy. We're going to weaken it and vulnerable it. Drop a bombardment. Regain our energy from... It's dead. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Deal 6 damage every 3 skills you play in your turn. Put this card in your hand. Yes. Yes. 100. Yeah. We're gonna do that. That's nutty. Okay. This is actually kinda working out real nice. What the heck? What happens to this? It goes up by 3 damage. Put the next 3 cards in your hand. You know what? I'm gonna use I'm gonna upgrade bombardment. 324 damage every turn. Sounds insane. Okay. Drinking my potions here. I'm not trying to lose to this boss. All enemies lose a strength. Yeah. Yep. We'll do that. I gain a strength and they lose a strength. And I get to draw all these cards. Wow. You know what? I'm a dummy. I should have used Pale Blue Dot ahead of time. Dang. I really should have used Pale Blue Dot ahead of time. Too late now. I mean, not really too late now. You know what? I'm going to use it. Whatever. I'll use the Bird Swoop to turn around to face the correct side. And... I'm going to save Falling Star. I'll just use Void Form right now. Save Falling Star for the vulnerability. That might have been a big misplay. Hopefully it won't be. Oh my gosh, what have I done? I done goofed. Okay, no big deal. We'll make a comeback here. I'll use Sword Sage. We'll make it so to turn around to face the right claw to reduce its damage. And 32 times 2 or gain more energy. We'll gain more energy. We'll draw more cards and place particle wall on top of our draw pile. Nice. Every 3 skills we play, we get to use Make It So. I'm going to go ahead and use Celestial Might for free. Well, not free, for 1 energy. And then... Dang. Do we go in... You know what? I'm going to... Yeah. Let's do it. Let's just hit it. Look at that. That's nuts. Okay, so this claw powers up and shoots a rocket punch at you after a little bit. So it's nice that we're actually burning it down right now. I'm going to go ahead and use Astral Pulse for free with Void Form. I'll use... Do we have anything else that costs... Yeah, I'm going to use Particle Wall for free with Void Form. And Particle Wall for free with Void Form. Oh, what the heck? That's amazing. Okay, we're already blocking more than enough. I'm going to use Void Form again for the freaking memes. What the heck? 5 cards every turn for free? That's ridiculous. That's actually nuts. Okay. Let's... Yeah, let's just do that. We can kill the one on the right with Make It So. We'll resonate. We're going to gain our energy. And we're just using all of our cards now. Our whole hand is free every turn. This is crazy. This is actually nuts. Okay, we're going to hit it with that. Hit it with that. We're going to hit it with the solar. My cards are still free. Oh my god, my cards are still free. My cards are still free. Oh, okay, finally they're no longer free. That is crazy. We're going to generate 2 stars to get Make It So back. We're going to use those 2 stars to just to power up Radiate. And we're going to hit it with Radiate. Oh my goodness. This is such a cool build. I don't even know how it came to be, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Ah, that's great. Alright. I don't have a ton of energy to use Heavenly Drill. So... Like, I'm not generating... I don't have enough energy generation cards to make the most use of this. I'm kind of leaning towards Sword Sage again. Not gonna lie. Kind of leaning towards Sword Sage. We might have a sword build going on. Holy... Okay, which way are we gonna go here? We got a ton of gold. So I want elite and I want shops. It looks like the right path is the only one with the shops. Unless I want a really late shop. I kind of don't. I kind of want an earlier shop. You know what? We're gonna do this route to get to this shop. I like the question marks. If it's not an elite, oh, I gotta actually visit Vaku here. All right, let's see. I do not like Fiddle. At the start of each turn, draw 2 additional cards, but you may not draw cards during your turn. Do I have a lot of card draw actually? I mean, Glimmer becomes useless. Pale Blue Dot becomes useless. And Big Bang becomes useless for the Fiddle. But I start with 2 additional cards. I'm going to take the music box. I've never picked it up before. Create an ethereal copy of the first attack you play each turn. That could be cool. We can get like an extra bombardment or something like that. So, not the worst. First attack you play each turn. Okay, so it would be Make It So. That's not bad. That's actually really not bad. Let's try that out right now. Wait, do we have any weakness? No, we don't. Wow. Okay. Okay, I like that. That is really cool. It's a 0-cost card, so there's no way I'm not going to be able to play it and cause it to exhaust, right? So Very, very cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm all for that. We're gonna go ahead and place... I don't even know. Solar on top of the deck? It's like... all my cards are so good right now. This is nuts. Here, just AoE hit them there. We're gonna go ahead and... I don't have any block this turn, unfortunately. Ooh. 13, 13, and 17. Yep. Yep. Just get rid of the back guy, right? You know what? Get rid of all of them. Get them out of here. Oh my goodness. Okay, I can see why my friends really like the Regent. They told me they like him a lot. I was on the one of the, you know, not exactly a huge fan of the class. Fencing manual. At the start of each combat, forge 10. We're trading 1 strength for extra forge. I'm taking that because I don't want to get rid of my bellows or my happy flower. So we're going to go ahead and trade the Vajra away. Oh my goodness. We can corrupt an attack. I'm going to corrupt bombardment. Now I'm curious. This is going to be a test as well. Lose 2 HP. I'm curious if that means I'm going to lose 2 HP every turn. Because that's going to be kind of annoying, but also pretty cool. I mean, it's going to suck, but I can see it being a thing. So let's go ahead and pick up some artifacts with our money. I'm not going to pick up any of these cards. My deck is too good already. So we're going to grab a bag of marbles. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, retain your first hand. You know what? I lied. I didn't realize production is here. I'm going to grab production for the 2 energy. And I'm going to remove pale blue dot. I have not been using this card. Getting it out of here. Get it out of here. Let's grab some potions. And we're chilling. Thank you, merchant. Appreciate you. I get to spend my last... Wow. Wow, okay. I can give away the blood vial to gain 2 relics. I think I might do that. You know what, actually? There's no more shops on the way, I don't think. Nope, there's no more shops on the way. So this is my last chance to spend gold. I'm going to just spend the gold to get an extra relic. Whenever you play a power, a random card in your hand is free to play. Wow, okay. That's overkill because my powers already make my hand free. That is nuts. Okay, let's upgrade production no longer exhausts. That is nuts. That is actually crazy. What is going on here? Strawberry for the HP? Heck yeah. I think this might be my first W with the Regent. Holy smokes, let's get it. Let's use Big Bang over here. We're gonna go ahead and... You know what? Yeah. Yeah, why not? We're gonna go ahead and use the extra energy so I can upgrade with Sword Sage. We're just gonna use everything. Make it so... Oh no, I don't have the stars to use this. Whatever. Whatever, I'm not even upset. Just get it out of here. This mob is already dead. This is crazy. Increase the... Minion sacrifice. Extra energy. You know what? Oh. Wow. I have 5 energy. I'm drinking my Swift Potion just so that... Yep. Done. Game over. Oh my... Oh, the ticket cashed out. Wando's mystery ticket. Wow, we get the tiny mailbox, the venerable tea set, and the anchor all at once. That's amazing. That's fantastic. Let's go after an elite. I'm feeling very strong right now. We're going to weaken this elite. He hits every single turn. Kind of annoying. But hopefully we could make a decent first turn attempt on him right here. So we'll spend 2 stars for the extra energy and then gain stars. We're gonna gain more stars. That's awesome. Hit him with the burb. We're gonna hit him with the AoE. We're gonna chop him down, and then 7 times 8. 80 damage. That's freaking awesome. Oh my goodness. Just get him out of here, man. Get him out of here. Wow. Wow, what an amazing combo that was. Holy smokes. I'm considering picking up Devastate, because if we have Void Form, we can use it for free. That's, you know what? Never mind. Never mind. Don't do it. Don't bloat up the deck for no reason. Let's resist our urge to do that. Make It So is just so nice because of the fact that we generate an ethereal card. If we draw it first turn, that is. No way. Yo. Alright. Alright. You know, I got 6 energy. Why the heck not? Oh my goodness. That's nuts. That is nuts. Create an ethereal copy of the first attack. That is crazy. That is absolutely insane. What the heck? Okay. Yes. This is great. I'm going to throw this explosive ampule right away. And then we're going to go ahead and use Make It So to draw free Make It So. Wow. I should have used Falling Star ahead of time. I'm a dummy. No! Let's see. If I use Sword Sage and Sword Sage, this is going to become too expensive. So instead, we'll use 1 Sword Sage to power it up. We'll AoE. And it's kind of overkill. I could kill the front. You know what? I'm going to kill the front guy. Wow. Just wow. That's crazy. I thought I was going to take damage, but I guess not. We're just going to take him out. Boop. And give him the business. He's going to remove all of my card upgrades, but I don't even care because he's dead next turn. Oh, he's dead from bombardment. That's right. Oh my gosh. What a sick build. Alright, we're going to rest right here and gain a fire potion. Wow. And we're up against experiment C38. I think it's C38? C33 this time. Okay. Okay, let's try to be very careful with how we play here. So he gains strength every time you use a skill card. So I'm going to try to be careful. I'm going to use this. Okay. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, wait a minute. If I use Celestial Might, do I get another Celestial Might with So on it? Okay, I do, but it doesn't have... The So is inactive. Oh my goodness. Get wrecked. What just happened? Okay, foregone conclusions. Because why not? I'm going to retain my hand. Yeah, I'm going to retain my hand so that way I have the energy for next turn. That is insane. And I get to draw 2 cards that I want right now. So I'm guessing Bombardment is the... Choose 2 cards. And Bird Swoop, yeah. Yeah, what? Okay. I'm going to drink my plating potion because I feel as if now is the time. And I will also throw my firebomb potion. Let's see what we could do here. I'm going to go ahead and use production to gain energy. I will weaken Weaken the mob. Oh man, what do I do here? Do I just go for the double bombardment? Is that the play? I feel as if that's the play. I'm gonna take a ton of damage, but... Oh, a single bombardment. I was thinking double for some reason. Okay, let's see. Obviously, Verdonis. We're gonna Solar Strike. Let's gain a little bit of block, because he's doing a ton of damage. And... I'm gonna keep my Sovereign Blade. I'm gonna power it up some more. And hopefully we get like a better combo out of it in the subsequent turn. Yeah, let's just do that. I guess use that before it burns and hit him with that. I'll generate some more stars for next turn. Make it so. Why not? Okay. We're going to take a little bit of damage. Just a little bit of damage, but he's going to die right now from bombardment. Can I use him? No, I can't use bombardment. Okay, whatever. We can still make a good turn out of this. Let's just use our energy entirely on Sword Sage. 3 times. Oh, we'll forge it up with the free bulwark there. And that's all we got. What is choose a card in your draw pile, add to your hand. Okay, we'll do that next turn. Because I think our entire draw pile is going to shuffle after this. Boom. Boom. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to use the Droplet of Precognition. And I'm going to draw Bulwark. Because I need the block while it's intangible. We'll just use that. We'll gain some energy back. And you know what? I'm going to do another bombardment. Oh, I lied. I totally lied. We're going Void form. And the reason for it is now I can use this ridiculous Sovereign Blade. I can use it for free. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, so I can use the first 2 cards free. I'm gonna go ahead and use Bombardment again. And I'm gonna just... It's over. It's actually... Woo! We did it, fam. We got our first W here with the Regent. Kind of a really lucky run. There wasn't a real cohesive build. We just got a shitload of legendary cards. So let's just chop him down with this 153 damage and get him out of here. Chop, chop, chop. Yes. Yes. Yo, thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I did wrong. If you're a Regent Pro, I am terrible with this class. It took me like 5 tries to get a W over here. Like, I died so many times in the first act or against the first boss, but we won't talk about it. We won't talk about it. Yeah, once again, thank you so much. Take care, everyone.